Look at that. We got magnet down. Shouldn't go anywhere, I don't think. Welcome back to Smok'n Jay's Garage. So, let's show you how we actually made this. Now, I'd love to take credit for this, but I actually saw somebody else make this on a Facebook group, and so I decided to make it myself. So, I didn't invent this as much as I'd like to take credit for inventing it. I didn't. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he told me he bought some cup holders off of Amazon. And so I went ahead and I bought the ammo can off Amazon and some cup holders off Amazon. I got some larger ones and I got deeper ones. These are, I believe they're 3.5 inches across because I usually have my coffee mug or something. So for a pop can, this is going to be fairly large, but for a nice big coffee mug, this should be really good. Or maybe for a crack in a can, you know, a 16-ounce can. So what I had here is a relatively cheap, primarily wood hole saw, but it said, you know, light metal. As you can see, it just barely scratched the paint, and it flattened out the teeth on here pretty good. So this one's pretty much shot. We also broke the drill bit out of it too. So I used this to cut the hole, which actually, I mean, it cuts pretty good, but it's hard to cut a circle with this, just using the existing kind of where the paint was scored. So I took my Dremel and a file and I tried to clean it off a little bit. You can see I did not get it very circular, and I only fit in about halfway or so. So we went to the Home Depot, and yes, I know it is pronounced Home Depot, but Home Depot is more fun to say. And we got a 3.5 inch hole saw, which we were gonna just use. And then I realized that this is kind of tapered, so it's 3.5 inches at the bottom, but at the top it's actually just a little bit bigger. So I went back to the Home Depot and got a 3 5/8. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a try. Hopefully this one is supposed to be for more metal. We'll see if it cuts through, and we'll try to clean up this hole a little bit too. And then after that, we've got a magnet to go in the bottom, which I'm hoping is gonna work. And then probably just use hot glue to hold this inside, so that if I ever want to take it out, I can. I don't know if once these are in, I'll actually be able to lift up this might come in far enough that, I don't know if we'll be able to lift up the lid or whatever. So we'll hot glue it in, and that should be pretty easy. It should hold it. If we want to take it out, it should be fine. So we'll get started on that. Well, as you can see, this is supposed to be for cutting metal. You can see we just ground the tips right off of it. And we did get this hole cleaned out a little bit better. I went in there a few times. This one, we just took a little bit more paint off. That was it. We really didn't cut into that at all. This isn't really that thick of metal, so we are gonna have to go ahead. I guess we're gonna use this saw because this will cut it. It takes a while. It's hard to do. And then I've got some sandpaper for my Dremel, so we'll go around it and we will clean it up a little bit. Hopefully we get the hole saw in there to make it round again. You can see we've got it almost down. We could probably force it in, but I'm gonna go ahead with the sandpaper. We'll just run that around there a little bit. This should drop right in, and we'll make it work. I hope this isn't getting to be more work than what it's worth. We'll see. This is the one that we just cut. We're gonna have to hammer that out a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead, I cleaned it out with this a little bit. Didn't really do much, but we can try to run that back and forth just a little bit. Try to round that out a little bit better than what I had actually done with this. This thing cuts good, but it's kind of hard to get a circle out of it, but hey, we do what we gotta do, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to throw our sand bit on the Dremel. Actually, I'll probably take the grinder out and take some of these edges off first, then we'll sand that down a little bit, and hopefully our cup holders will drop right in. I think we're getting pretty close. I want to make sure that we don't have any sharp edges. the idea here is that we can pull this out anytime we want. We can, you know, set it next to our, you know, we're at a car show or whatever, right? We got our chairs. We can pull this right out of the truck, set it next to it. We got our cup holders wherever we go. So we want to actually try to make it nice. They fit in there snug enough that I don't think, ooh, that one doesn't quite snap in. I don't think that we're going to need to hot glue them, at least to start. I think they'll fit in there enough. I gotta figure out why this one doesn't quite fit in there the way I want though. Alright, we got these to sit in there nice and flush. And they're snug enough, at least temporarily, I am not going to glue them in or screw them in or do anything like I had originally planned. I figured that they're in there snug enough. We got a magnet. It's supposed to be 500 pounds. We'll see if it really is or not. I've got two of them. I'm going to set them right there. And actually I might have to do the corner. Right there. So we'll put two of them in. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a little bit dark in here. I don't know if I can get it out either. There we go. Hopefully that'll give us enough magnet power that'll hold in there. And we'll be good to go. Alright, here we are. We got it back in the 5-ton. It fits. We got both magnets in there. It actually looks pretty good. You can see I've got a can koozie in here. So it's still a little bit big. I wanted the cup holders a little bit big so that if I had a larger cup like this, you can see it can move around a little bit, but it's nice and deep. If we have a 16-ounce can, you know, it's going to be a little bit higher. Should be fine. Hopefully this won't rock around enough to spill. Mostly I've got my coffee in there, so that's what I'm worried about. It moves a little bit, like I can slide it, but I mean, it's on there pretty good. It's not really going to go anywhere, I don't think, when we're moving. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into the bottom end of the transmission, though, because the shifter might be in the way. I'm going to have to slide. I'm going to have you hold this. Alright, we might have to set this down over here somewhere. You could even set it there like that, I guess, if we wanted to, wherever we want to go. My intent was to put it right here. Could go this way too. That might end up hitting the shifter a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll once we actually get the 5-ton out driving and stuff, we'll see exactly where it needs to go. But it works good. You can see magnet right down here. When you lift straight up on it, sticks on there pretty good. So we can stick this anywhere we want. Well, we could even put our cup holder right there, I guess, if we wanted to. In the back, when we're sitting in the back, or when we do parades and stuff. Throw this in. Should work pretty good. Nice. It works good. I think it's going to work good. We'll put it wherever we have to. We can move the fire extinguisher if we need to. Set it here, could go underneath the seat. Wherever we need to go. Might even be able to go on my side. We'll see. We'll see how it works. But it definitely looks 5-ton-ishy. You know, it matches nice. It's going to hold our cup pretty good. The two magnets in there seem to be plenty. It's not going to go anywhere, but I'm able to move it. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's take one last look at it so you can see what it looks like from out here. Perfect. If you watch this channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to,
boom, please subscribe.